Let's get this show on the road. Oh, come on. Goofiness. Goofiness. Hope everyone's having a great Friday so far as I tell everybody what's going on. If I can spell, of course. Not very adept at that sometimes, I tell you. Okay, let's get that out of here. All right, let's open this up. Pardon me. All right, so happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a great week. Week's about to end. Hope you are doing absolutely fantastic. I wanted to touch on a couple of things before we got started with the Ninja Turtle stream today. First thing is I learned about the power levels. We know they add stuff to the characters. We saw it yesterday. The max power level is 10. So Donatello we have here, we maxed out yesterday. So we don't need to use Donatello anymore. April, we did get to level 4. We will go back and use her. I figured today we would play through all the stages again, but this time we'll use someone new. Let's see, power, speed. Leo seems to be good for all 3. Mikey is faster, but not as much range. And Raphael is the opposite of that. April is good range, but she's very fast. We saw that yesterday. Splinter is very strong and very range, but very slow. And then Casey Jones, who we did unlock, apparently is a little bit of everything. Let's do some Casey Jones action here then. And we'll just start back at level 1 and do it all over again. So I did learn because I was exceedingly interested. Of course I was interested. The voices of the original 4 Turtles. This was an old 80s show. And, wow, he just ripped right through them. The important thing to remember... still took a hit. Important thing to remember is that back in the 80s... this cartoon show did start in the 80s. When you hired a voice actor to do a role, you didn't hire them to do one role. You hired them to do several. And so back in the day when this started, the original 4 voices of the 4 Turtles, they did about a dozen voices each for a different level, for different characters. So in the case of when I had mentioned that the voices of Bebop and Rocksteady might not be the right voices, they didn't sound like it. They probably are the right voices because the voice actors of the original Turtles were also the voice actors of Bebop and Rocksteady. So if you're going to bring them in, you might as well bring them in to do all of it, in my opinion. But I don't know that to be a fact. So I did check that out yesterday because I was exceedingly interested in... I'm always fascinated by voice work, so to find out who voiced what and all that. I'm always very interested in voice acting and who has done what roles, that sort of stuff. Not that voice acting is that big of a deal in this game. There's really not a whole ton of it. I do think it's a great... Obviously, that's not Casey Jones' original voice actor. He sounded more like Ronald Reagan, I guess, is the best way to put it. His cadence was very Ronald Reagan-esque in the original TV show. He had a voice where he talked like this. And, oh, come on, really? But anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Hope everyone is doing freaking fantastic. Hope you're ready to have a wonderful weekend as well. We did get some news yesterday because it is June. A lot of game news does come out. Apparently, Square Enix went ahead and announced the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Rebirth, I think they're calling it. And then they also, I think they're doing a Crisis Core game as well. If you played the Final Fantasy VII Remake as compared to Final Fantasy VII, the remake only really took place on the first disc of the game. The original game of Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs, I believe. I have it right over there. I'd have to look, but I believe it was 3 discs, and 8 was 4. And the first disc was you getting out of Midgar. That was the entire first disc, and it was the longest part of the game. And then ends up that most everything in the game was all about the stuff that carried all the room on the disc was the video side cutscenes. Good lord, I can't think of anything today. Can you tell I haven't been up very long? I slept very well last night. So last couple nights have not gone my way as far as sleeping goes. But last night, I was tired and I went right to sleep. I was very tired. Okay. So Casey here is very strong, and he has a lot of range, and he's not slow. So he is probably the best overall character in the game, just based off of the statistics that we saw. I forgot about that. Yep, we got him. He is really strong, and he's really, really good. So they kind of made fun of Casey Jones in a lot in the old cartoon show. Casey Jones really didn't become a big, probably a really popular character until the movie, the live-action movie with the Jim Henson suits. Notice no Casey Jones in any of these cutscenes. I don't know if they really. I mean, who am I to say they did the wrong thing as far as announcing him early? But it seems like they wanted to keep him as a secret character, and then they let the cat out of the bag. There goes Rocksteady. Casey doesn't talk either. Interesting. The turtles when I used Donatello yesterday, he made mention that they had ruined the turtle van. The party wagon is what he called it, I believe. Casey Jones just comes out and does not react to them busting up the turtle van. Casey Jones is a vigilante. He's like and he uses sports equipment. So those are all hockey sticks and baseball bats, and he's wearing a hockey mask like somebody else that we know that doesn't really look like the hockey mask for that they used to wear in the hockey games for a reason. Probably because they didn't want to get sued. Even though a hockey mask used to be rather ubiquitous, you certainly didn't. You know, a certain character from a certain horror franchise uh, is very synonymous with that hockey mask. So I don't think they wanted to test the fates in that and just see what they could get away with. You know, not that I blame them. We're going to try to get the collectibles as well. I love this game, Drez. How are you doing? I'm sorry if I didn't see that initially. I was too busy talking. I should have been paying attention. Get in there. Ah! Blew myself up. But, Casey Jones was in. He was in the original movie, and he became the love interest of April, which is something that I don't think. I don't know if that happened in the comic books or not. I'm not a. I was never a big comic book reader. I know in the TV show they looked at Casey Jones as being a nut, that they didn't really take him seriously in the TV show. But in the movie, he was much more their friend, and he became the love interest of April. Which again was something that was a little weird because she was. Everyone always assumed that she loved the turtles. So he drops an elbow like Macho Man. That's right, Macho Man elbow, baby. Oh, I just got. Don't hit me with the car. Yep, I got run over. I saw that happen. Oh my gosh. This released on every major console yesterday, and it is 6 players simultaneous multiplayer. I was really looking forward to this game. If you're a old geek like I am, Ninja Turtles was well. You certainly know, Drez. Ninja Turtles ruled the world for 3 or 4 years, where you couldn't walk into a store and see something that was Ninja Turtles. I know there's a big joke about how Star Wars was everywhere. Whatever Star Wars started, Ninja Turtles perfected. Turtles in Time on an NES is one of the best beat 'em ups ever made. Ninja Turtles Arcade, which is why I have it back there, is my favorite arcade game ever. My brother was much more a big Ninja Turtles guy than I was, but I still liked watching the TV show, and the arcade game, the video games were great. I don't like those guys with the axes that just take your hits. There we go. There's Rocksteady. It was brutal if you didn't know what to do. That's for certain. If you get to the 3rd level and you can get the scroll weapon for all the turtles, you'll find that the rest of the game is actually pretty simple. Just platforming is the hard part. Job well done. I don't. I'm glad we didn't. So I don't think Bebop's voice actor is right, but Rocksteady's might be, now that I've heard it. This is a auto-scroller stage where the big truck that Bebop and Rocksteady are in are the boss. Don't know who's driving there, but that's okay. Alright, the way this works is that there's going to be barriers we need to dodge, and of course then we're going to have... Everybody seems to have an uppercut attack. Although April's bicycle kick was probably the best one out of the characters we used yesterday. Well. Ooh, okay. Oh, well, didn't expect that to happen. Ow! Probably gonna pizza right here, right? Boy, oh boy, I'm getting wet. There's a pizza. Yeah, I'm not as, I guess, married to the internet. I mean, I am, but I'm just glad I didn't have it as a kid. Kids are weak now because of it. And it's easier for them to get bullied, too. I'll never stand for bullying at all. And now he goes. Remember, these things yesterday gave me fits because I wasn't sure how to attack them. But the uppercut attack really, really does some work on them. Alright, I think it's boss time. Yeah, it does sound like Rocksteady might be right, but Bebop I don't believe is. But it wouldn't surprise me if Bebop was correct too, because they did have all the voice actors there, so there we go, got it. Games like this are just so much fun. I love good old fashioned beat 'em ups, and these are just really fun, easy to get into games. Anybody can play them, and and obviously that's not Shredder's voice actor, as we went over yesterday. He's Shredder's original voice actor is no longer with us, so fortunately that means that they will not be getting his talents for this game. But yeah, Ninja Turtles was I guess I don't know how it was in other parts of the world, but although I do know in the UK they're not known as the Ninja Turtles, they were known as the Hero Turtles because ninja was a bad word for the youth of the UK apparently. In fact, if you go back and look at that old cartoon show, at some point in the show, Michelangelo stops using nunchucks and uses a grappling hook for as his primary weapon through most of a lot of that show because of the UK. They didn't want to. Nunchucks were a big no-no in the UK for. I think they were illegal. I don't know if they're illegal or not, but it was. They wouldn't allow that visual. Swords and sais and bow staffs were fine, but nunchucks is where the UK drew the line. But they were called the Hero Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in the UK. And I don't know if that's something that has been rectified or fixed, but over here they have always been the Ninja Turtles. I know that the creators created them basically out of they were just having fun one day, and they thought what would be the most insane combination of things to put together, and they said let's make a ninja that's actually a turtle. And the first Ninja Turtle looked like an old Galapagos tortoise with nunchucks, I think. And that's where the very first Ninja Turtle came from, and then they made a whole comic book based off of that, and the rest, as they say, was history. It was the Star Wars of the 90s. Or the late 80s, early 90s. I always get hit by those. Casey Jones, don't hit that. Because they had everything. They had fruit snacks and toys and t-shirts, video games, posters. I mean, you name it, there was a Ninja Turtles product based off of it. The creators really cashed in on that popularity. Unfortunately, once they sold to Nickelodeon, only one of the creators actually cashed in on that. I can't remember which one it was, but supposedly one of them got really tired of Ninja Turtles. Like he wanted to move on and do different things, so the other one bought the rights from him completely, so he could continue to make Ninja Turtles stuff. And it was under the express written, supposedly, consent that they would never sell out to a bigger corporation, that they would keep it independent. And that didn't happen. Nickelodeon now owns the Ninja Turtles. And one of them, I think, actually still works with Nickelodeon to do Ninja Turtles stuff. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I have not been paying that close of attention to Ninja Turtles news over the last many years. Or maybe he did used to work with them. Because I think Seth Rogen does it now in his unfunny goofiness. Boss time. Dirtbag and ground chuck.
You're gonna get the horns, partner. Can you dig it, suckers? Take this. Where did bad guys go?
Oh, come on. Might lose a life here.
Where did bad guys go?
Alright, yep, I lost a life. That's okay. Down.
Job well done.
Alright.
Crane's head is getting away, dudes.
There is a little bit. Was reading online today. There are some people that seem to be upset about April's new uh, body style, I guess you could say. April is in the show. She was much more. I mean, let's just be honest here. I'm not going to say anything out of school. She looked like a supermodel, body-wise. I mean, she was tall, slender, and she was big in all the right places. Is the best way to put it. She was very Linda Carter-esque the way that she looked with her body dimensions. And in this one, they seem to have made her more realistic. She's much more curvy. She has much curvier hips. I don't really see a big problem with it, but I know there are people that are a little. There are people who are going to complain about everything. So. Considering April was nothing more than a conduit to get the turtles to go somewhere to save her in 99% of the TV show, I completely understand them changing her somewhat, making her playable. I mean, it is 2022, but if you watch the old TV show, she existed for one reason, because the turtles had to go somewhere to fight Shredder, and usually she was the reason why. Ah, I was trying to get away from that barrel and I couldn't do it. Mauser robots are from early on in the TV show. They're built as mousetraps. That's what they are. And Shredder got back. He took Baxter Stockman into his employ to put these Mauser robots out to hunt for Splinter, because he knew Splinter was a rat. So he thought they would go find him in the sewers, because that was their primary function, was to seek out rodents. We'll get that pizza in a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was. Ninja Turtles were a big deal. They're still a big deal. They've made. I mean, I can remember back when the first movie came out, how excited my brother was to go see it. It was a pretty big deal, and I think the thing that was kind of most disappointing to kids and not to Ninja Turtle purists, there basically Ninja Turtles had two different iterations at the time. There were come on, really? Uh, the TV show was made as a kid-friendly version. The original Turtles comic books were actually quite violent, and they were quite mature. And they weren't sure where to how. The only way they had to make a lot of changes to them in order to get them for kids, because the idea was to put it on TV for kids. That's what, and sell toys, because everything had to sell toys at that point. So the original Turtles. This is kind of cool here because that I saw this yesterday. That vehicle is the one he was riding in Turtles in Time when you had to fight him on the Super Nintendo version, which is really, really funny. But uh, the the original Ninja Turtles comic books were really, really kind of violent, and they all wore red. They didn't have different colored headbands. That was put into the television show in order to tell them all apart, besides their weapon. Is it another new camera angle? Is that not working again? The toots? Because I didn't hear it. But I don't think my sound is turned up over here. I thought I put it here last time that you last. You said you liked it last time. Oh, come on down here. Can't hear it? Okay. It's got to be that blue. Blurp. I've been using Blurp, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And I don't know why that is. Get off, get off, get off, get off. I'm so close to beating him. Rats. They've been contacting me about stuff. I should probably respond to some of those emails. There we go. Rat King goes down. But Rat King, I always thought Rat King was not really part of Shredder's crew either. Half the time I can't log into Blurp anyway, so there we go. I should bother. I should, because I want things to be good. I don't like where that camera is. See, I heard it there. Let's put it back over here. There we go. Alright, so there's 5th level, 6th level. Really? Guys with the weapons are such a pain in the butt. I love the foot soldiers walking around with. There are robots and they're walking around with hamburgers and fries. They were robots in the original TV show, but anyway, that was a. They had to make a lot of changes to the comic book in order to make it good for kids, and they had to make it funnier. And Raphael wasn't angry. He's always been angry. He was a lot of people's favorite turtle, but he was a very angry, angsty young turtle. And in the TV show, he was more. He just was a smart aleck, which they all were. Raphael was the one that really didn't have much of a personality on the TV show, as compared to the others. Leo was the voice of reason and the leader, and Donatello was the nerd. Michelangelo was the party guy. Raphael was just kind of there, and he wasn't really considered to be. I don't remember him really have much of a personality. He wasn't very popular. I know with the kids that would play the games, because he also had the worst weapon. In fact, if you play the NES game, uh, Raphael and Michelangelo are basically there to absorb hits. You don't use them to actually do any damage or fight because they are so. Their range isn't there and they're very weak. Only Donatello and Leonardo, dang it, are really worth using. And if you lose Donatello, you're in a lot of trouble. There we go. And the first thing I do is eat a bunch of hits. What is up with that? I get a pizza and then the foot soldier completely ruins me. Really? Of course, Casey Jones was also in the Michael Bay movies. The last ones they did, the Back from the Shadows or whatever it was called, or From the Shadows. He was played by Stephen Amell of Green Arrow. The movie was not that great. It did have two things going for it. First of all, of course, the action scenes were freak and the special effects were really good. Michael Bay makes things blow up real good. And he didn't even direct it, but he'd produced it. And the second thing is that they got Bebop and Rocksteady right. That was actually really, really well done. That they got Bebop and Rocksteady to act like Bebop and Rocksteady. It was the first movie they had been in together, and they did a really good job with their kind of being useful idiots, I guess is the best way to put it. Very well done with Bebop and Rocksteady, and they got along real well. Ah! Again? There we go. These things tick me off. This was a toy. Back, my brother had it back in the day. That spider thing with the boxing gloves on. I do think it's really cool they included that stuff in this game. Is that they had this toy. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm sure he does. I just remember they had it. There we go. He was Ninja Turtles crazy. Yeah, I was at that age with Ninja Turtles where I was trying to get out of watching cartoon shows and stuff. At least I thought that's what I wanted to do. And sushi. And in reality, I would never get out of doing that kind of stuff. But I was trying to get out of watching stuff. I didn't collect the toys, but he did. He definitely did. And just like I was with Star Wars, he was with Ninja Turtles, where he had all the toys. He had a lot of the play sets, a lot of the vehicles. I don't think he ever had the blimp. He didn't have the blimp. Or the van, for that matter, I don't think. But I think he had the sewer play set.
Behold the might of Tempest.
And the Technodrome came out much later. So he didn't have those. Tempestra, I think, is an original game for this, or original character for this game. I don't think she exists in the Ninja Turtle lore outside of this. I could be wrong. I'm sure there'll be somebody who corrects me. But Toka and Razor there, the turtle and the wolf, are definitely from the second movie. Oh well.
Beaten by turtles?
No, that was Casey Jones, not Turtles.
Job well done. Another missing robot piece? What a shocker.
But of course, that was the biggest difference. This is Bebop and Rocksteady. This is the biggest difference between the TV show and the movies. Was the movies were more based off of comic books, and the games were based off the TV show. And when kids wanted to go see Ninja Turtles, they wanted to see the TV show. So there was a big difference between the tone and the way that the movies were set up. When more kids that were going to see it wanted to see Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang and all that, and they didn't get to see any of that because it was much more based off of the comic books, where there was at least the early comic books. I don't know if they actually did include Krang or anything in later ones or not, but I'm sure there are some versions that have Krang in it. But that thing's gonna fall down. But they were very. The first couple movies were pretty successful for it. It was the third movie that was not. The third movie was not good and had nothing really to do with the comic books or the TV show. So Obviously, it kind of killed the Ninja Turtles, and people were already on their way out with Ninja Turtles at that point. Everything is done. I always find it funny that I look at things as going through fads, and they don't make anything anymore for entertainment. They just rehash things over and over again. I mean, it's if you look at I mean, Ninja Turtles. We've done things. So everything is so cyclical, where you have. Oh right. Uh, everything is just so. It just moves in circles. Everything that I played with as kids is now coming back. You know, Transformers and GI Joe, and now it's my brother's Ninja Turtles are coming back. Have been coming back for a while. You know, He-Man, She-Ra, all that stuff has all been rehashed in some way. They don't make a lot of new stuff. They just say, "Hey, let's bring out Ninja Turtles again and see what happens." And that's kind of what they're doing here. But this is kind of an anomaly because and I'll hand it to Nickelodeon. I really will. If this were Lucasfilm doing this, they would insist on their characters that they're making be, they wouldn't want there to be a lot of stuff based off of classic legacy Star Wars characters. That's the way they've been, is that they're trying to push their new narrative, their new characters that they're making. You guys are a pain in the butt. And so they're very insistent on that. No, you should not make a game based off of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. We want you to focus on this instead, or make something new. And that's what's happening with a lot of with Lucasfilm stuff. Nickelodeon's not been that way. They're like they would not. This is a game that, for all intents and purposes, should not really exist because this is based off of a dead TV show. The old TV show is long gone, and Nickelodeon's like, no, if you guys want to do it, do it. They made their money anyway. They're looking at that instead of them focusing and saying, why don't you make a game based off of our current TV show, which is something that was done back on the Xbox One and PlayStation and GameCube, PlayStation 2 and GameCube. If you go back and play those games were actually really good. They were made by the original teams that did the arcade games, so they're good games. But they had to do with the second or third Turtle show, I think. So they did not have the same character, or they had the same characters, but it wasn't the same versions of those characters and things like that. So
We're gonna stomp you wimps.
yeah, that's definitely Rocksteady's voice actor. And I really want Rocksteady down first because his gun is that shotgun thing. Rocksteady being the Rhino, of course. There we go. But that would be something that I would think that they would have told them to focus on, was to do something based off of a current property, Ninja Turtles, since it's been rebooted. Nickelodeon's rebooted it 3 or 4 times since they've had the property. So uh, I think that's a testament to Nickelodeon saying, yes, this means a lot to a lot of people. Why don't you go back and do what you want to do and pay tribute to the old TV show? And I think that's actually really smart. And they're letting the same thing happen with the Cowabunga collection. A lot of the stuff in Cowabunga Collection is based off of the old cartoon show. So, ah, and that is to Nickelodeon's credit. I have to give them credit for that. I know I've kind of given them kind of some crap when it comes to the way that they have done some stuff and put their logo over everything that doesn't deserve it. But it's their property. I understand. That's how it is in business. If you are uh, if you pay the amount of money that they paid for Ninja Turtles, I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't chump change. They paid a significant amount of money for it. Then you need to take full advantage of owning that property. I guarantee you, if I were to buy, if Nickelodeon sold Ninja Turtles to me tomorrow, you'd see my smiling Punim all over Ninja Turtles stuff. I guarantee it. After all the money that it would take to get that, so don't be shocked. I'm not hating on them for ooh missiles for putting their logo on things and taking credit for a lot. I don't blame them. I just know when I bought the arcade machine behind me and I could get the light up marquee that had the Konami logo on it in place of the Nickelodeon one, I took advantage of it because, in my opinion, that arcade game has more to do with Konami than it ever did Nickelodeon. And I'm not wrong about that. Okay. Freaking missiles. But that is certainly my the way I look at it, and but then again, I don't blame them for putting their logo on stuff. I don't. I might not like it, and I think it's not a good logo to have. I don't like the logo to begin with, but if I paid as much as they did, I would definitely want my logo over everything. But another pizza. Boss of this level is Wingnut. He's a pain in the butt. At least he was when I fought him yesterday.
Get ready for some winged warfare.
Dang it. Now he goes horizontal. There we go. Got him. I didn't die this time, so that's good.
Down there, by the beach.
8. That's 11. Where the heck is 9? Oh, it's down here.
Crisis at Coney Island.
Coney Island. They actually call it Coney Island.
I feel an overwhelming need to break something. Hat trick.
Plunger guns. Funny thing about those plunger guns is in the arcade game they look like plunger guns, but they shot bullets and they hurt. I always hated fighting those things. There are loose boards on the boardwalk here, like that, and if you run into them, they will hurt you. Nagata guys can block your shots, so you have to time yourself properly there. So anytime you can take those guys out, when you see them miss a shot, you want to take them as quickly as you can. Oh, come on. Still hit a thing. That was a good shot. Good, got them both. Didn't even see that. There we go. Down they go. Now these black guys are the worst, the ones in the black. Because they actually counterattack when you hit them. So you got to be careful with them. So yeah, that was not a bad turn right there, but usually they are a pain in the butt. Here comes another one. In fact, later in the game, we're going to have some where they are with the white sword guys that counterattack, and that they are some of the nastiest things, because they basically all counterattack, and they're very difficult to beat. Of course, the famous Coney Island hot dog is Nathan's. Nathan's is the best all-beef hot dog. We had those. We actually last month for Memorial Day did a kind of a taste-off sort of thing where we had 3 all-beef hot dogs. We put them on the grill and to see which ones we liked the best, and Nathan's was the best. So.
Quite delicious. Hat trick.
Not bad. Still hit the boardwalk. See what I mean about these guys being a pain in the butt? Got one of them down. There we go. Both of them. Leatherhead. Oh, that was a waste. There we go. Got him. Ah, bah gumbo.
Job well done.
This is a lot of fun. Now we can go up to 10. That's 11. I missed 10. There's 10.
A few screws loose. Hat trick.
So we are playing through his, of course, Casey Jones here. He's a secret character, at least he would have been secret if they would have announced him last week. But he's you get him access to him by beating the game. We beat it with Donatello yesterday, so now we have Casey Jones. Oh,
Quite delicious.
oh, okay, interesting. Where are they getting all those missiles from?
Hat trick.
These guys are kind of a pain. I beat them yesterday by using jump attacks on them. And they also spawn 2 Mausers when you knock them down. There we go. That was not nearly as bad as yesterday. Good lord. was hoping I'd hit one of them with that. Got one of them down. There we go, both of them. Boy, oh boy, I'm having a hard time. For being a ninja, Shredder sure likes being on TV a lot.
Hat trick.
Yep, I felt that happening.
All right, let's waste those trees. Hat trick. Hiya. Hey, no biting.
My goodness.
Hat trick. Hey, no biting.
As soon as I get under to hit him, he bites me.
Hat trick. Hiya. Hat trick.
Metalhead.
Delete the turtles. I'll teach you a lesson.
Hmm. There we go.
Also clear to me now. The turtles are my friends. System brush. Job well done.
VCR. It actually says VCR up there. That's great. TV and VCR.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
They tried, but that's obviously not the real voice. There's 11.
Dinosaur stampede! If I don't smash some foot soldiers soon, I'm gonna go nuts. Hat trick! Hiya! Alley-oop!
I do know that in the ah, in the original arcade game, the spear guys were the most annoying because they were the ones that had more range than Donatello, and they would poke you with those spears and run off, and they were a pain in the butt. You can tell the folks who came up with this, who did this game, really loved the property, and I think that's something that's really missing a lot today with a lot of the modern reboots and reimaginings of things. Is there's not any love for the product. Everyone's trying to change stuff to make it more modern or to make it their own, or things like that, instead of just actually having a love for the product. And I mean, it's no more evident than, well, I shouldn't go into that, but it's there's just a lot of stuff out there. It's just every time you see them saying, "Oh, we're gonna redo this. We're gonna make a new season of this. We're gonna reboot this," and you kind of just go, okay. And unfortunately, it's very unfortunate that they do it that way a lot of the time, instead of letting letting the love for the product get out there, because this is a beloved property. There are a lot of beloved properties out there, and I would much rather them see people who love the original property do things because they love the property, instead of doing things because it's 2022, so we have to do this, we have to do that, and gotta have this, and we got the fans are wrong for loving this. We have to subvert their expectations and all that garbage, and deconstruct a hero and all that. Just stop it. Just stop it. Okay, I guess I can't grab that guy. Every time I see the word subversion when it comes to how they're doing these things, I just roll my eyes and I don't even give it a second look. Because it's obvious they don't love the product. My goodness. I'm gonna need a pizza. Really? I shouldn't have got that, because I wasted it.
Glory to the Triceraton Empire.
Don't know a lot about the Triceratons. But I do love to see products like this though, where you can just tell they love what they were doing and they loved the property, and I think that's
Must go
a
underground.
game like this should be rewarded for it, quite frankly. And no, it's not exactly the same. There are a couple of things that are, yeah, maybe they did, they did something a little goofy, but that's fine.
It won't fly.
Games like this need to happen more often, where they pay homage to what came before it, instead of just worried about
Come on.
subversion and all that.
Hiya.
So tell me what level Casey is. He's level 7. Okay. 10 is the max. Found that out yesterday. We did get Donatello up to max, so the idea is to max out everybody.
Hiya. Hat trick. Hiya.
All right, so these are the guys. They will, if they block you, they will attack you back. So you have to be careful.
Hat trick.
They are a pain in the butt.
Hiya. Hey, no biting.
Well, I'm gonna get whipped here.
Hat trick. Hiya.
Actually, I'm taking it kind of easy here.
Hat trick.
If they sneeze on me, I'm gonna die. But I'm hoping to get a pizza. They're gonna. This is. I'm not gonna do it here. Yep.
Go slow. All right. Let's fix those trees.
The little Mausers are just. They're so squirmy. There's a pizza right down there. And I've done that. I did that last time.
Hiya.
There we go. Okay, these little guys are. They don't take damage unless they're on their backs.
Hiya.
Kind of a pain. Ah! Here we go. Got him. Oh, this part again. I actually got through that without getting frozen. That's. Well, we're not done yet. There's still more.
Hat trick.
There we go. Wasn't too bad. Oh, what'd you get? Breakfast tacos? Okay. These things, I tell you. Chick-fil-A. Our closest one's the next town over, so we don't... With the price of gas, we don't really go anywhere. Plus, my girlfriend right now is gluten-free, so she won't want Chick-fil-A unless she gets grilled chicken or something. Pain in the butt. I like a good Chick-fil-A sandwich, though. Baxter Stockman the Fly with his handgun.
Stop, turtles! I'll have my revenge!
Now, they train them well for the service at Chick-fil-A. They do train them very well. Hmm. Got him.
Curse you, you no good ninjas! Job well done.
They train their people really well. Something that they should take pride in, and they do. And a lot of more companies should take note of that. They reassembled Krang's body.
The old dome has seen better days.
Alright, I think we're getting to the part of the game now where we don't have all the collectibles. I've missed one collectible in this stage a couple of times. That one we have them all. We're only missing one collectible. So that's it from the neutrinos. Blarafon. Blarafon. Alright, so this is a pain in the butt stage because of the rock soldiers. The rock soldiers are... they walk through your hits, so... and if they start charging you like that, you need to get out of their way. Because you cannot stop them. I made that look a lot easier than it actually is. See, like that. I mean, you just. I had no notice on that. He just did it, and just walked and just ran right through me. And there's a mini boss in this stage, and then there's a big boss. These guys throw grenades at you. That's the only difference. They can still rush you, though. Knuckle sandwich. Dang! I didn't. I mean, he just. Yeah, those rock soldiers are a pain. Oh, I found. Okay, cool. That was the one I was missing. Another neutrino that I was missing. Neutrinos are like these kids from Dimension X where Krang is from that don't like war, man. They don't like Krang because he's into war. Ha 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 ha. Dang it. Got it. That's a pain in the butt. Come on. Yep, I saw you guys gonna. I said they're gonna rush me. There we go. That wasn't bad. Boss time, or mini boss time, General Trag.
Lord Krang's will shall be done.
Now, he pulls off a shield for some reason, because if there's one thing a guy made of rock needs, it's a shield.
Penalty shot.
Oh, I missed. There we go. See, he's only a mini boss. Ha! Oh, you're. Mm. What a pain in the butt. Those guys are a pain in the butt, man. That was much easier than it should have been. I needed that. Oh. Mm. Chrome Dome. Now, Chrome Dome is going to be very reminiscent of the old uh, Turtles in Time throwing the enemies at the screen to damage him. He is completely invulnerable right now. No sense in doing anything. But once we throw something at him, he's going to come back, and now he's vulnerable. Now he's invulnerable again. We got to wait. Dang it. Good morning, Amanda. Yeah, it's been pretty warm here. Yesterday wasn't so bad, but earlier in the week we were under heat advisory. Like the dog would go out, and then he realized he didn't want to be outside anymore. That's how hot it's been. Neutrinos. So we did. I think we did get the neutrinos all done, right? There we go.
You got all the sharks way out.
Yeah.
Lost arch enemies.
Now, Florida, San Diego, Los Angeles are always going to be nice. Not so much here. Amanda, you know about Chicago summers, how really will be cold up until the beginning of June, and then all of a sudden the gates of Hades open up. And we do get that. It's been Whiskey has gone outside, and he's 5 seconds after going outside, he realizes he don't want to be outside anymore. That's how hot it's been. Yesterday wasn't too bad though. We went through an actual we went for an actual walk yesterday, and we'll go for one today too. It's starting to cool off a little bit. What level is Casey? Level 9. So we're almost maxed out on level. But there is an achievement for beating it with all 7 characters, so we want to go through and continue playing as Casey Jones to beat the game. Oh, I hate the pizza monsters are the worst. Big pain in the butt, these pizza monsters. There we go. Good, got them both. Hey, we've had weeks here where it snowed on Saturday and it was in the 80s on the following Friday. That's how the weather here is in Illinois. It's you just can't be prepared for it. What was it? A couple years ago, we had snow in May. I think we had snow in May a couple years ago. Pain in the butt. Those pizza monsters, I hate them. See, we don't have that. Ours is, well, it's just that we have very inconsistent temperatures, and you just never can tell what's going to happen. Right? I mean, this heat wave that we came up with came out of nowhere. It was very temperate, and then all of a sudden, it was in the 90s the very next day, and we were not. I wasn't prepared for it. Put myself through living in Illinois? I don't either. One of these days we're going to move. But considering how right now, since we're both unemployed, unless we bought a house with cash, we would not be approved on another mortgage because neither of us have a means of income right now. This house is probably our best bet right now. Jerk. That was a jerk move. Oh. jump kick. From what I have heard, I have an uncle that lives on Hawaii. He has a boat out there he lives on. I have heard that the cost of living out there is disgustingly insane. Like the simplest things cost 3 and 4 times more than they should because of the island. Logistics and all that good stuff. That's what I've heard. I don't know that to be a fact. That's crazy to think about. So it is right. The cost of living there is insane. What does a gallon of milk go for out there? I mean, I can get a half gallon here for about a buck and a buck 80. Of course, inflation's about to take place, so who the heck, it's taking place, so who the heck knows what that's going to be in a year, but well, there's not a lot of cows in Hawaii, right? So they have to probably do something about, that's just insane to think about.
Outworld strangers.
Just getting anything out on those islands has to be crazy expensive. Oh, these guys again. Okay. Two of them. Oh, crap. Well, I mean, when you think about it, how do they get milk out there? Hawaii's got no cows. At least here in the mainland, we all have access to Wisconsin. Wisconsin is really close to here. It's probably why a gallon of milk is only or a half gallon of milk is still under $2 here. But I bet you in California, well, California's got a lot of cows too. A lot of folks don't realize California actually has a lot of farmland. You think of California, you think of the weird San Francisco and Hollywood scene, but the truth of the matter is that there's a lot of farms in California. That's probably true. For what you don't get in milk and beef and chicken, you probably save quite a bit in seafood. So if you live on Hawaii, you better like seafood. Which means my ex-girlfriend would never live out there because she hated. She would not eat anything that came out of the water, is what she said. That's why Hawaii would be a nice place to visit. I don't think I'd want to live there, though. Oh, that reminds me. I got a new air conditioner I got to put in the window today. A quiet one. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep. Well, I'm sure. Wouldn't everybody take Hawaii's climate and stick it where they live? Absolutely. The one that we have a window unit in our bedroom. To, to this house that we live in it was built in 1860 something, I think. So all of the air conditioning and indoor plumbing and all that, this house was retrofitted to have all of it. Well, when it was done, it might not have all been done on the up and up. So what we have to do is constantly fix things, and we have issues from time to time. So in our air conditioner, we have central air, but it doesn't go up. It this does not work upstairs as well as it works down here, and we don't know why. So we have a window unit in our bedroom window so we can sleep. And the problem is that it's very loud, and I am on the side of the bed where it is. I'm nearest to that window, so I have this very loud air conditioner because I think she bought it back in the mid '90s. I'm sorry, mid 2000s. I'm sorry, and it's just so loud that it's always in my ear, and I have a hard time sleeping some nights because of it. And we've been talking about getting a what they call a quiet unit, and we finally broke down and got one yesterday, and they delivered it today. So I get to put it in the window, and hopefully it's quiet enough. I mean, it has to be quieter than the one that we got. But I've had a hard time sleeping this week, and the reason why is because of that. And it's not because of I mean, you're kind of danged if you danged if you don't in my situation, because either you don't turn on the air and then you can't sleep because it's too sweltering hot, or you turn it on and you can't sleep because of the sound, and it's because the sound is not something that's always there. I have to spend time getting used to it. But what can you do? Tonight will be the first night where I can see how good. That's level 10. Oh! I was going over to get that pizza and I got jump kicked.
I am invincible. I'll teach you some manners. I need a timeout. Hat trick.
Yeah. Good morning, DJ. How you doing, buddy? Knocked him down. Well, that's the other thing, Amanda, is also in the winter we have a space heater upstairs for the room as well because it gets insanely cold upstairs in the winter.
I will show you how a true ninja fights. The world is mine.
Okay, Shredder is going to fight like he did in the arcade game, which means once we get to a part where he is, he's going to split into three, I think, instead of two. There we go. One more level, and then we'll be done with Casey Jones.
You haven't seen the last of me.
And he will come back as Kevin Nash. Level 16. So we did lose a couple of followers over the last couple of days. I'm guessing they were probably bots. That's usually what happens. Down to 501. We did get 2 subs yesterday, thanks to DJ. He gave us one. So thanks for that. Still got 36 more to go to make my monthly goal. That would be nice. Oh. Oh, wow. That was one hit.
Let's waste those creeps.
Why are you afraid of your Instapot? I don't have one. I thought about getting one at one point, but we ended up passing on it. Your Instapot is too powerful. Don't they give you like instructions on how to use it? I've never used one. I'd like to use one. Now he's going to turn into Kevin Nash. I'm on the chill difficulty. I'm sure if I bumped up the difficulty, the bosses would be a lot more difficult. That's right. I have to wait till he becomes vulnerable. Can't attack him. There he goes. Ow, he hit me anyway. Once I get the turtles all maxed out and all the characters, then we can bump up the difficulty. Ow! And there's arcade mode too, where you only have limited continues and limited lives, so that will be interesting to play it that way. Okay, he's gonna lose his mind here. Super Shredder is a very timed kind of battle. He's going to do what he's going to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to wait until he gives you the opening. Like here. He's about to give us the opening. Ah! I do use a slow cooker, though. In fact, I might use a slow cooker tomorrow. One more shot and we have him. If he once he gives us the opening, we'll get him down. There we go. Yeah, I don't have a pressure cooker either, I don't think. I guess I cook things a little standard. I do the oven, the stovetop, and the grill, and a slow cooker. That's what I use. Sometimes I'll use Chef Mike, the microwave, but not often. And Vernon Fenwick, in his pink shirt. What's Casey Jones's? I have to see what Shredder or the Casey Jones's ending looks like. So it takes about 2 hours to beat this game from beginning to end if you play it on the difficulty that I'm playing it on. Okay. Oh, it has the headband on. That's because because I completed all the side missions, right? Because I did all the side stuff. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, it does say Casey Jones does not have a special ending. Okay. Interestingly enough. I like using the oven though. The way I make chicken thighs. All right, we've been using April on the side because we have Donatello at 10. We have Casey Jones now at 10. April, we've only got at 4.
Reporting live.
So we've been using April on the side, and we'll continue using her
Job breaking news.
to get her up to level 10, and we need to see her ending as well, of course. Then it's Splinter and 3 of the Turtles, because we did Donatello yesterday.
It's the Foot Clan. Come on.
If you saw me play as April yesterday, she is quicker than a hiccup, guys. She is very, very fast. She's not strong at all, but she does have probably the best, at least from what I can tell, the best uppercut kick. Because it hits multiple times. That. It's like Chun-Li's blade kick from Street Fighter, if you've ever played that from Street Fighter Alpha. She just... It's really well done. As odd as it is to play as April, because in the TV show, April did not know how to fight. She probably is. She is a lot of fun, just because she's so fast. So we are going to go back to Elden Ring here pretty soon, just so you know. After I've had my fun with this game, we'll go back to Elden Ring. I have been playing it on the side, and trying to get some levels on some stuff, and I got a new weapon that I'm trying to get leveled up and everything. We will go back and do that. You see, though, April is... first of all, she looks like she's shorter than she should be. If I'm not mistaken, she's supposed to be... Is she 5'8" or 5'10"? I know in the show she's... The turtles are really short. So she looks like a freaking Amazon compared to them. Probably started a whole wave of guys being into tall women. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not sure where she goes to get her yellow jumpsuit though, but she always wore it, so I wondered if if she has more than one of them, or if she actually ever washes it. Oh, that should reminds me. No, this is not her voice actress, by the way. The lady who voices her, this is not her voiced her in the TV show. She is in one of the Nickelodeon shows, though, as April. So she is a voice of April. She's not the original voice of April. I did look that up yesterday because I was curious. And as I've said before, voice acting stuff I find it very interesting. So. And like the other turtles, she did not just voice April in that show. She voiced a significant amount of characters. So, and that's how it was on that show. Is everybody voiced a dozen characters because they didn't. It's not like now, although you'll still see it if you're watching a cartoon show. There are very talented voice actors who can change their voice, and you can't tell that it's them. Or they'll just change their methodology of speaking. Naruto, for instance, is really good at that. If you watch that, there's so many characters in that a lot of voice actors will do more than one role. You mean like the music videos, or? There we go. It's Bebop. No, Amanda wants to hear me do this, so we're gonna do this for a little while. Cashes in the channel points. I can do this. Yeah, Bebop, what are you doing, man? Stop running into me.
Here's a real showstopper.
I forgot I could do that.
Breaking news.
Here's some breaking news that I didn't get that pizza yet. There we go. So I'm going to have a hard time believing that April O'Neil could kick the crap out of Bebop, but whatever. And there's Rocksteady. Potbelly Pig Rocksteady there. Potbelly Rhinoceros guy. He's got a little bit of a dad bod there. Not that I know anything about having a dad bod, even though I'm not a dad. Oh yeah, the you're talking about when they would do the home video releases. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Apple, 3 p.m.
The VCR tapes back in the day. Is April gonna say anything about the van? No. She had nothing to say about the van being destroyed. Only Donatello has so far. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I can remember that they used to do the 2 episodes of a show on a VHS tape, and you would go in the video store and to rent movies. The big thing for us when we were kids was to go to the video store every Friday. Is every Friday night you go to the video store and you'd rent a couple of movies and rent a couple of games, and that would be how you spent your weekend, was watching the movies and playing the games. And that was like going to church, man. I mean that's how we did it. And unfortunately, we don't have that anymore. But that was I can remember, and it was always my mother that was against it. As I wanted to rent a couple of times tapes that were cartoon shows with 2 episodes of cartoon shows on a tape, and she was like, "If you want to watch the show, just watch the show." And it's like, but we have to. It's not on during the weekend. It was only on, here. Or we don't have them taped or whatever. And she never understood that. And for me, it was He-Man, but I know they did the same thing with Ninja Turtles. Yeah, if kids really want to see how movie companies and distributors made their money back then, VHS tapes were only big enough really to have 2 to 4 episodes per tape. So if you're looking at a TV show like Ninja Turtles here, which one season would probably had 40 or 50 episodes, to get the whole season, you'd have to buy 10 or 15 tapes. And the tapes were $20 a pop. So go ahead, do the math on that. Yeah, before on demand. I don't think we'll ever. I mean, everything. There's so much entertainment now. We have access to so much entertainment. I mean, I can. When I take the dog for a walk, I put on my headphones and I'll listen to podcasts or stuff on YouTube or something. Before it was, we just didn't have that, and now it's just entertainment overload we have. But back in the day, Saturday, Friday night, you get usually you go to dinner. You know, depending on Friday night was your dinner out. Go to Burger King or you know, whatever wherever you could afford to go, and then afterwards head up to the video store and my brother and I would pick out a movie we could get, and then we'd each get to pick out a game that we wanted to play, and then my parents would pick out a movie they wanted to see. So we would walk out of there, you know, it cost you 25 bucks, and then you would have your weekend of entertainment, and that was a lot of fun. Something that you just won't see again. That's what I was trying to tell Daylight the other day about Netflix of gaming that Microsoft is trying to be, and I was like, oh, people will find stuff to play. And it's like, dude, don't you understand how most people go on Netflix right now, or a lot of people go on Netflix right now, and they spend more time looking for something to watch than they spend watching something?
Here's a real showstopper. Here goes nothing.
Plus, it's gotten to the point where we have you rented things back in the day because you didn't want to you didn't want to buy it, or you wanted to try it out first to see if you wanted it, to see if you wanted to buy it later. And now I kind of feel like, if because the way Netflix and everything works, that if I watch something on Netflix or Amazon Prime, that automatically they're going to start making suggestions to me based off of that, and it's kind of annoying. It's really annoying. So I
Mutants over Broadway.
I don't like that, and it feels more like you're getting married to it than anything. Well, you liked watching this, so we think you'd like that. Back in the day, but I loved going to the video store with my parents and my brother. That was always so much fun. Yeah, April's air attack is really nasty. Oh, that sucked. Oh, ha! Wow. Okay. Yeah, see how she does that uppercut kick over and over, and it just hits multiple times. That's just really nasty stuff. That is definitely her bread and butter, are the air attacks. Don't know where she learned that, but hey, am I supposed to believe she trained in a game about a bunch of turtles that were mutated into ninjas? I mean, I'll buy the turtles being trained as ninjas and mutated and all that, but a news reporter who can do a bicycle kick in the air, that's where I draw the line. I missed that. They are definitely unpredictable. Never can tell what's going to happen on a live stream.
We're gonna stop you, wimp.
Yeah, that's Rocksteady's voice. I think is the original voice, but Bebop's I do not. He has a way of Rocksteady has an enunciation that it does sound like it's one of the turtles, the original voice actor, because one of the turtles did his voice. Golly.
What a scoop!
I think in later versions of the Turtles, they actually did train her, or she trained in martial arts. But in the original show, like I said, she was nothing more than a reason to get the Turtles from point A to point B. She would, I'm going to go do this because I'm awesome and I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to help. And then she would get captured and the Turtles would have to go rescue her. Just spoiled every Turtles episode in the first series. Sorry. April is level 6. Okay.
Look out!
The ones that were the most annoying in the original, they had in one of the arcade games, they had these guys that had these hand shields, like little bucklers on their fingers, and they would just block everything you did. How they were a pain. Only way you could get them was to hit them from an angle. To go. It's a lot of fun to play something like this after Elden Ring, because I feel like I don't really suck that bad at this. I play Elden Ring and I feel like I suck. Just have April throw everything at the screen. Yeah, she can't grab that one. Okay.
Quite delicious.
She does a knee lift when she rushes. That's kind of crazy. Those monkeys throw bananas at you. But if a monkey's gonna throw something at you, I would much rather it be bananas than, you know, what they usually throw at people. Not gonna mention what it is, but they do throw some unmentionables. Hmm. Boss time.
You're gonna get the horns, partner. Can you dig it, suckers? I'm going underground.
Wow, that worked out. She knocked down Dirtbag easily. That wasn't bad. That was a pretty good run there because of her attack is
What a scoop.
it does that spinny thing, and I realize they all have done that so far, but it just seems like hers is more concentrated for some reason. Maybe because it is. I don't. The other ones are more of a spherical shape, and hers is just I'm gonna hit things on a vertical plane next to me, so my camera's gonna hit them a lot harder. Maybe. Amanda, that is going to be something as you get older that will definitely stick with you for a while that you can't. I was trying to think of Oscar Isaac's name the other day for some reason, and I couldn't think of it. I just couldn't think of it at all. But there are things in my brain that I will never forget, no matter how much I try. The code to Mike Tyson, I will never forget it. I don't know why it is, but I will always know that. I can recite it at will. Maybe. Or maybe you just really liked her. I mean, it's. And she didn't return in the other movies, I think, because I think that she thought they were too violent. That she thought the first one was too violent, I think, and so when the time came for the sequels, she decided that she didn't want to be involved with them. Of course. We have lots of stuff in our brains that we do that for, though. If you give my girlfriend a number between 1 and 99, she can tell you what usually, well, as long as they were there, which of the 1980 New York Yankees wore that number and who it was. And she can't get that out of her head. So we all have stuff that we're passionate about and stuff that for whatever reason, we have it in our head and we can't get it out. And there is nothing wrong with that at all. And Ninja Turtles, as I've discussed, were a huge thing back in the day. I mean, it's not like we're talking about some niche thing. Ninja Turtles were so big that it was you could not get. I mean, I'm telling you, they were everywhere. They had merchandise for everything. So it's not like we're talking about just something really obscure. It's the freaking Ninja Turtles. Golly, she's so fast. She's not going to win any awards for weightlifting, but she's dang sure going to win awards for being able to hit stuff over and over again. You know, I really tried with Power Rangers for a little while, and I never could get into it. By the time Power Rangers came out, I was old enough where I thought it was very, very silly. That was one thing I never got into. But I know I'm in the minority there. My goodness. What the heck? Apparently he has a dash attack as well. Level 7.
What a scoop.
We all have stuff that we're passionate about. You shouldn't feel bad about it, and at all. I mean, it was remind you of childhood. That's the thing that we like about nostalgia is it takes us back to a time when things were simpler. And you know, for me, you know, with He-Man and stuff, it just reminds me of time that the only thing I was interested in was getting home from school so I could see what episode was going to be on and get a snack and just sit in front of the TV and enjoy being in and losing myself in it. And I think that's something that definitely we need a lot more of. And I think that's what they cash in on too. They know good and well that stuff like this is going to appeal to people like my age, you know, people like me and from that generation. That's what they do. That's what makes people so mad about when they reboot something to subvert it from the fans. The Super Sentai, right? Is that it? What it was? That's what really makes a lot of dedicated. The reason why they get mad is because the reason why the show exists is because of people like them, like us, that made the show what it is. There would be, I mean, let's be honest here. If it wasn't for the fans of Ninja Turtles, this game wouldn't exist. There's no way they would have made this.
Quite delicious.
But nostalgia is a powerful thing, and that's just something that we all can get behind. Is, hey, I was a kid when this came out. I really liked it. And I really do believe that, and it's something that they count on. So when you see fans getting upset because they don't like the way characters are deconstructed and treated in reboots and things like that, it's not because they hate everything that's going on today. It's because, hey, you destroyed something that helped me through parts of my life as a kid. And as a kid, you know, I'm not going to say life was hard for a lot of us, because hard is a subjective term, depending, just because something is easy to some person, it could be hard to somebody else. But and when you take a character, a beloved character, and then you deconstruct them to make them out to be less than the ideal that we had in our head, we're not going to like that. And that begs to ask the question: if you want to make a show about that, then do it. But don't involve the IP. Don't involve our characters that we love, because that you're making it to be criticized at that point. Because people aren't going to like it. Gosh, April's kick is so good. That is such a good kick. So we all had messy childhoods for some one way or another. I mean, I've made it clear before. Dang it again. Uh, I moved every couple of months, every couple of years or so. So for me, shows like this that came on TV were like a security blanket. They were the thing that I knew would be constant. Yeah, exactly. Or when Disney takes Luke Skywalker and turns him into the exact opposite of what he was, and how his character was in The Last Jedi. The exact same thing.
Quite delicious.
And fans get upset because we grew up watching stuff like that, and if it wasn't for us, there would be no reboot. Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of that either, but I'm less worried about that than I am about the complete deconstructing of characters and destruction of nostalgic franchises.
Behold the might of Tempestra.
Here goes nothing.
I'm getting ready. Thanks, Harb. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you are not aware, my name is Enigma. I'm a variety streamer. I come on every weekday morning, and I play a lot of different games. We're playing Shredder's Revenge right now. Beat the game earlier with Casey Jones, and now we're using April because she is quicker than a hiccup, guys. Guys, Harv is a good guy, so if you guys are looking for someone to watch play, he's an Australian streamer, good dude. Good friend of mine. Give him a follow. Down she goes.
What a scoop.
There is an achievement for beating it with all the characters, so that's what we're in the middle of doing. We've already beaten it with Donatello and Casey Jones. Casey Jones is a secret character in this game, kind of, since they announced it last week. He comes in now, and you beat the game once, and you get to play as him. He is statistically the best character in the game because he's strong. He has all the power and all that good stuff. Is he as fun to use? I don't know,
Roof running reptile.
but we're having a good time. Hope you are too. Hope you're having a great day. There's Bebop and Rocksteady. If you were a fan of the old show, you'll definitely see how weird that is that Bebop and Rocksteady are running away from April, considering how many times they kidnapped her. I'm pretty sure they have a frequent buyer card for kidnapping April. If they do it 3 more times, they'll get a free toaster or something. Ah! Oh, good. That was a good shot. Oh, I fell. There we go. Jump over. I got another raid. Welcome, everybody. Double raid. Welcome in, guys. Hope you're having a great day today. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. I know I just did an introduction, but I'll do another one because we have a new raid. My name is Enigma, and I am a variety streamer here every weekday morning. We are doing Ninja Turtles today. I hope you'll stick around. Hit the follow button and see what's going on. We've beaten the game with a couple of characters, and we're just kind of goofing around now with April. There is an achievement for beating the game with all the characters. April is quicker than a hiccup. I'm telling you flat out. And she has probably the best jump kick in the whole game. I haven't used all the characters yet, but her jump kick is awesome. Brave Little Toaster is a good... I remember that film. Didn't they do a couple of sequels to that? All right. Tonfaz guy. Bow and arrow. I don't know where that foot soldier came from or where he went. With the bow and arrow there. He just kind of walked off screen and there's nowhere for him to go. Hey! Alright, these guys are the pain in the butt. Got to be careful of them. Because they counterattack if they block your attack, they counter. So you have to be careful with them. Of course, April is so fast, she actually gets her hit in before they can counter. That's actually quite nice. I really like it, Bear. I really do. This is easily a really good game. If you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, especially the old TV show, that I watched when I was a young lad, a young teenager, this is definitely something you'll get into. You can tell the people who made it really, really love it. Ah! Oh, okay. Her attack is not that fast. That's okay. Ah! I thought for certain I was going to run into them, and I didn't. Good deal. Don't hit me. My goodness. Yes, welcome to everybody. Oh, here we go. Bebop and Rocksteady.
Title bashing time. We're gonna stomp you wimps.
I'm going to take out Rocksteady first. Oh, I missed. Rocksteady is the more dangerous of the two, so I want to try to take him down first.
Here's a real showstopper.
There we go. Down he goes. Also going to call a little bit of BS here on April being able to beat Bebop and Rocksteady by herself. Eat some food. Food is good for you. Food is very good for you. Thank you for the raids, guys. I really do appreciate it.
Come on, let's go.
What's for dinner, Bear? What are you going to have? 7, 8. This is, I think, the flying mission, yeah.
Panic in the sky.
With a wingnut. Wingnut the bat. What? Okay, well that was weird. It crashed on me. Apparently, it couldn't handle the awesomeness of April O'Neil taking down Bebop and Rocksteady by herself.
Teenage Mutant, let's kick some shell.
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
Select your hero.
Okay, we are at level 8 with April.
O'Neil, reporting live.
Oh, we did this one already.
Running reptiles.
Apparently it did crash the game, beating it with April. There we go. Wingnut, wingnut, wingnut.
Panic in the sky.
Yeah, there's no such thing as perfect, Amanda. There's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be errors. April's jump kick is just amazing. That's just great. Down, down, down. Ah. Yeah, it's that bicycle kick. Of course, I haven't seen what the other turtles or Splinter have to offer, but her kick is just so good. I don't see how anything could be any better than that. Plus, this is on Nintendo. Nintendo stuff is not known for crashing. So, I kind of expect it on Xbox or PlayStation, but not on Nintendo. I don't think I've ever had anything crash on the Switch. Gosh, that's so. It is. That is nasty. Her jump attack. Oh, I guess I should go over the podcast, guys. We do have 11 listeners to the podcast now. Thank you for everyone who has done it. I hope we continue to grow. I need to get to 50 to get a little monetization in there. So if you haven't done so yet, give me a follow. I'm on Apple and I'm on Spotify. I'm trying to get on Google, but they have not responded to my submission yet. So I don't know what's going on with Google. But I will definitely keep people posted when that comes up. It's called The Boss Level with Enigma. It's about gaming and what's going on in gaming. My first 2 episodes are up, and they have to do with the Summer Games Fest. Monday, the 3rd episode will go up. That has to do with the Summer Games Fest from Microsoft and Capcom perspective. And then I think my 4th one that I'm going to do next week will be I'll do a review of this game. And I'll also go over some of the news. Square Enix announced the Final Fantasy Remake sequel is coming out next year. I think I said next year, or was it this year? I have to look again. They said it's coming out, so that's that'll be interesting. Yep, horizontal now diagonal.
Here's a real showstopper.
Yeah, I'm taking those hits because I'm trying to get these guys down. There we go. Really, Lego crashes on Switch. Which is it? Lego Harry Potter is the one that crashes on you? Because I have a theory about that.
Down there, by the beach.
All right, so there's 10. 9 is down here. That's right.
Crisis at Coney Island.
If it's Lego Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter was not made for the Switch. It was made for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 and the Wii, I think. So chances are it's a port of a game that was made for another console. And it was going to be less stable because it wasn't made for the hardware it's using. And if it doesn't make any sense, it does make sense. I can tell you that my theory is if it's not made for that console, then it's not as stable as it would be if it was made for that console. Oh, look at that. She's stuck. I saw that. Does it crash on the Wii? Ah. because I have it for the 360. Lego Harry Potter. There was two different installments of it, 1 through 4 years and five through 7. And I love those games. They were up until the Skywalker Saga came out. Those were my favorite Lego games. Just a really well done. I love it when they people make games off of IPs and they're fans of the IPs, and you can tell like this. This is exactly what I mean. Is you can tell the people who made this game love classic Ninja Turtles. That this is not something that's made by people who have content for the intellectual property. Ha! Ah, those black ninjas are coming back. These guys are the pain. Ah, she just walked up and slapped her. Twice. There we go. That's the way to beat them, is to throw them. Or not. She has the camera out to take a picture of them before they blow up. Okay, so Casey Jones kind of just ran right through them. April is not strong enough, so these are much more of a difficult enemy for her than they were for Casey. There we go. Down they go. Don't need to do that. Okay. Ah! There we go. Down they go. Look at that. Nice. These black ninjas, man. There we go. Took them down. Okay. Leatherhead time. Leatherhead is going to play a game of whack-a-mole with us here.
You don't be escaping. Come on, Leather.
Here goes nothing. Showstopper.
Nah. And he has that tail sweep attack. It's kind of a pain in the butt. They should give us a pizza here in a second. What are you doing, April? Move. Yep. There we go. Got him down. I feel like gumbo, I swear. That's not his original voice actor either. April is currently level 8. So she's almost maxed out. Level 10 is the max, I believe. They have said there's not going to be any DLC for this, which is kind of a shame because they could really use they could put more into this. This is the kind of game that would actually do pretty well with DLC. I think it's inexpensive considering how much more expensive AAA games are. And they could do another, either playable characters or something that they could do. Kind of a shame.
Quite delicious.
Mousers are kind of a pain. There is Jinx. Hi, Jinx. Thanks for coming in. Okay, April's now doing that. Oh, so he glows red and then he does that attack. That's a pain. Oh, gosh. There is a pizza up there. I probably shouldn't have gotten that. Doesn't look... Well, it would have scrolled off the screen. Hope you're having a great day, Jinx. Happy Friday to you. I think I said good morning to you on Twitter, but I don't remember. Well, if they've got a TV over their head, I'm going to get hit by it, because that's just all there is to it. There's power level 9. Good deal. All right. We handled those robots a lot better than we handled the first ones. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. All right, we gotta hit them down. All right, so I'm gonna wait. Haha! Timed that one perfectly. How Shredder get all these missiles? I would love to know. Ah! Don't eat me. Eat me twice. Shredder gets the missiles from Splinter? That would be interesting. off, get off. There we go. One of them's down. There we go. Both of them are down. Wow, that sucked. No pizza, huh? Hate to waste that, but I was gonna die if I didn't. Oh, Splinter is on the game. I can play as Splinter. In fact, I'll probably be next. There are 7 playable characters in this game. It's the 4 Turtles, Casey Jones, April, and Master Splinter.
It's also clear to me now that turtles are my friends.
We did it!
This thumb brush.
What a scoop!
Mic drop.
Tonight, I dine on turtle soup.
Actually, the voice of Shredder is a well-known voice actor, I believe. If memory serves me correctly, he is a... There's 11. There it is. He's a voice actor. Does a lot of work. Gosh, why do I want to say he was in the Turtles movie as well? I want to say he was Bebop. I'd have to look that up. I might be thinking of somebody else.
Look out!
The last Turtles movie, I mean, the Out of the Shadows. It would make sense with the show. That's a great question. Usagi Yojimbo, the Samurai Rabbit. Of course, they'd have to go through a lot of probably legal loopholes for that, legal things for that, because I don't think they created Usagi Yojimbo. I think that it was more of a collaboration sort of thing. He was in one episode or so of the TV show. I do remember that. Ah,
Look out!
but you know what? If they can put Rambo and RoboCop into a Mortal Kombat game, why can't they get Usagi Yojimbo in a Ninja Turtles game? Bam. I mean, honestly speaking, though, I guess it doesn't matter who makes sense. In the context of the old show, April doing this does not make sense. I know in later, different shows, she is more independent and she's trained and all that to be a fighter. But in the old TV show, she was not a fighter. So this, if we're talking about what makes sense, this does not make sense in the context of the old show. So walk behind him and pap him in the head. I did not get my hair cut yet. I might go today. We'll see if I can get into the local area. I've got a coupon to get me a haircut for $10, so I might go today. I might wait till next week. It probably just looks different because I haven't brushed it at all in the last couple of days. How are things going, Daylight? Get that guy out. Okay, got one of them. No, I didn't. Stop shooting me. Okay, he's done. Alright. There we go. Oh, good. Well, tell her I said hi. Ah! Dang! I saw that happening too.
Working the way I planned. That's my cute fella.
There we go. Alright, so last time I waited too long to do this. Here we go. I got it right as I was dying, so. There we go. Now this guy's back.
Glory to the Triceraton Empire.
Glory!
Showstopper. Breaking news.
There we go. Down it goes.
What a scoop.
You must go underground, my children.
She still has her microphone, just in case she needs it, you know. She's gonna hit people like they do in wrestling with it. Pow!
It won't fly.
That is another difference in between this and the arcade games. If you did that over-the-shoulder throw that she does, or any of them do, it would have killed anything, any random foot soldier. And in this game, it does not do that. Now, there's a bug. See how you got stuck right there? I don't know why it does that, but that is definitely a bug in the game. She got stuck right there like she was falling. Ah! Double. At least I got one of them down. Now it's your turn. Hmm. My hair, it's I haven't gotten it cut since I think it's been 3 or 4 months since I had it cut. I just have to be, with money being the way that it is, I have to be judicious with how much I spend on things like that. I have a coupon that's good till the end of the month, but since it's been a while and I have very pronounced gray hair in some places. I would like to get that taken care of. April's max level now. Take care, Josh. Good to see you, buddy. Even though I hear it's okay for guys to have some gray hair, it makes them look more distinguished. Uh, I don't like it. That was a good turn. Okay, now I'm not going to hit those spinning blades this time. Oh, you jerks. They'll still hit me, but... Ah, I still hit the spinning blades. I don't feel distinguished. There we go. Down they go. Oh, I got frozen. Twice. Yeah, I'd love to go. There we go. Actually, April's not bad. She's much better with those than Casey was. Maybe it's because of her speed. April definitely has her strengths. There we go. I was trying to get those flying things out of the air. It's alright. I gotta get the dog out before too much longer. Get out, get out, get off, get off. There we are. So guys, don't forget, we are trying to get to 50 subs this month. I'm currently sitting at 14. So if anything you can do that would help with that would be great. If you can't, though, I completely understand. Please do not worry. I don't shame people into it. I'm just trying to get to the magical Twitch payout. And if we do get there, then we will play Metal Gear Solid coming up. The original. Or maybe Twin Snakes. We'll see. Oh, wait. Forgot about that. There we go. One of them's down. Don't eat me. There we go. Down they all go. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because of the attack or the speed or what, but she is much better at these drones than Casey was. I think it's because of her speed. She can hit them. They're armored, so you have to hit them more than once, obviously. Now this should be an interesting fight because of April's uh, anti-air attack.
Turtles, I'll have my revenge!
Oh, I messed that.
I hope you learned a lesson.
That's Baxter's handgun. He does have a handgun. Yeah, she's actually pretty. This fight's made for her. She can just run up there and wow, she's letting him have it. There we go. That fight is tailor made for April.
What a scoop.
She just completely blitzed through the fact that he flies because she has that multi-hit kick up in the air. It was pretty nasty.
The old dome has seen better days.
That's true. This is the Chrome Dome level, I think. Technodrome Redux. That's what we're doing, the Technodrome here. Now this is a really annoying level because of the Rock Soldiers we went over when we were playing as Casey. The Rock Soldiers have very little in the way of weakness. If they're running at you, you have to get out of their way. They cannot be interrupted, so that makes them pretty annoying. With Casey Jones, we made him look pretty easy. I remember having a lot of problems with him with Donatello. You have to beat the game. Once you beat the game, you unlock Casey Jones. And Casey Jones statistically is the best character in the game. He has really good power, above average, I guess average speed, average length, or something to that effect. Or is it above average length? And it's 322 is what he has as far as stars go and everything. So he is actually much. Statistically, he's the best character in the game. Everybody else is a combination of threes and twos and ones. I think Leonardo is the only one that's all twos. Everybody else has ones, threes, and twos. And Casey's got 322, so he is statistically better than the other characters. Splinter. I've not played as him yet. He's really strong, but he's not as I think he's slow, right? His thing is he's pretty slow. He's the anti-April. April is not strong at all, but she is quicker than a hiccup. I mean, look, that's crazy the way that how fast she is. And speed kills in these kind of games. You really want that speed. Hmm. She just goes right through them. Alright, so this is where we fight General Trag. I just love games like this, guys. I can't stress enough how much fun I'm having with this game. Especially for a dedicated IP like this, where the people who did it really care and really enjoy the old IP. There's not a lot here that not to like. There we go. I think after these two, after these two Trag attacks. And Trag is the mini boss of this stage. Nope. Got these two black ninjas to go yet. There we go. Now Trag should appear.
Lord Krang's will shall be done.
He's going to grab a shield, because as we said last time, rock guys all need shields. That sucked. Trag is really not that difficult. Which is kind of weird since he's made of rock. You know, Channel 6 microphone definitely is his weakness. Oh, wow. He just completely pimp slapped April on that. Okay. Yeah, and when we were playing through as Casey, that was a hard area right there, and we just kind of went right through it. April's speed really, really helps. She's not as good against these guys as Casey was, though. Casey could just... I guess his length was... his attack was so long that he was able to hit him. My goodness. There we go. Down. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm gonna die here. Yep. I should have used my one of my supers. There we go. If I just held out for a minute, I'd have been able to get that pizza. Yeah, she's really good against those remotes, guys. Kind of makes me wonder how good Michelangelo will be, because he is also considered fast. And Raphael is, I think he is the one that has he has all the strength and a 2 in speed, so that he might be actually the best character outside of Casey Jones. Okay, remember this guy we can't hurt with regular attacks. He's gonna just run around and do stuff. We need to throw things at him. Like that.
Breaking news.
One more. Oh, come on. There we go. That's what I was trying to do that whole time.
What a scoop.
Not bad, not bad.
Let's crash Shredder's party, amigos.
Lost arch enemies.
3 stages left. Of course, we've already maxed out her power level, so we don't have to worry about getting anything. Ah! Dang it. I was trying to get that achievement. Oh well. That challenge. Oh. Well.
Look out.
Luckily, we've already collected all the collectibles. So we don't have to really look around for anything like that. And since April's level is max, we don't have to worry about getting her really experience points either. And pizza monsters, right? Because I hate the pizza monsters. Let's see how April does on them. Still got grabbed. Ah, come on. I was knee lifting that guy. Okay, so apparently her her knee attack does not prevent. Ah, okay, that didn't work either. Yeah, I'm using the D-pad. Well, what substitutes for a D-pad and on the Switch. This is on the Switch, of course. I am getting a physical copy of this, but it's coming for the PS4 later at a later date. I don't know exactly when. Daylight, what did you think of the last podcast that I did? playing it on the Xbox. Yeah. Wonder how long it'll be till they take it off. Okay. How is Corbin, by the way? Is he okay? Is he gonna be okay, or is he just gonna have a cool scar? He can tell girls that he got in a knife fight or something. Good. Heh. We all do stuff as kids that we get us in trouble. I used to ride my bike in the neighborhood as a kid, and I constantly had strawberries on my knees because I would try to do tricks and things like that, and I was constantly injured. My knees were always hurting because I would try to do, and I couldn't do tricks on my bike. I couldn't, but I still tried. You know, when you think about it, some of the stuff I used to do as a kid, I'm lucky to be alive. I did stuff when I was a kid that I should not have done.
I'm gonna trash you mutants.
Showstopper.
I mean, I can tell you that when I lived in Pennsylvania, we lived in this trailer park that right across the street from where I lived was this valley. We go down into a valley, and we would go down there and play in the valley all the time. And at the back end of this valley was a swamp area where they had the cattails and the whole 9 yards. And on the other side of that was some wooded area, and then after that we came out in like this apple orchard, or crab apple orchard, where I think these folks were farming crab apples. And we would go to that crab apple uh, thing and just climb up the trees and eat the apples. But to get that, we had to go through that swamp. And I can remember being up to my knees in swamp water. There's no telling what was floating around in there or what was swimming around in there. We didn't care though. 10 foot tall and bulletproof, you know. Should have been dead. There's no way I'd do that now. Oh wow. So did you see? Okay, so she does that uppercut kick and then she does a dive kick too that multi hits. Wow, she is nasty. But there's just no way that we would have done that as kids today. There's just no way. First of all, good luck letting your parents letting you out of the house. And second of all, going into a swamp. But that's what we did. Dang. See what I mean about those guys? They if they're running at you, you have to get out of the way. They're just going to run at you. Wow. Okay. There we go. Knuckle sandwich. Good night, Bear. Thank you for being here, buddy. Hope you get a lot of rest tonight, man. All right, you guys, come on. Come on, attack. Oh, gosh, without hitting me, please. Okay, there's one down. There we go. Well, we say that, but at the same time, it just... I think that what we have these days is we have too many people are too worried about everything that they can't do anything about. I always find it funny that the people who are always the sickest are the germaphobes. I know people who cannot stand if they shake your hand, they have to go wash their hand immediately. That's just how they are. And regardless of how clean you are, they are not happy unless they have to bathe in Purell every time they touch something, and they're always sick. So a part of me kind of thinks that we're a little overzealous with the way that we pursue things, and lucky to be alive. I say that, and partially true. I might have been bitten by a copperhead for all I know, but because there were copperheads there. But it's just you can't live your life that way where you're worried about everything that's going on around you. You have to live your best life and go from there. It's more pizza monsters. I think a reason why I hardly ever really get sick is because I was never that way. I was never a germaphobe. There we go.
Here goes nothing.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I don't get sick very often. When I do, when I do things, I do it right. But I don't. I think the vaccinations have done it to me. I've gotten sick based off of that. But as far as me getting seriously sick, I've not been sick in many years. And even when I did get sick, I wasn't really that bad. Oh, that's a new attack. Time to fight the Shredder.
You haven't heard my diversion. I have a surprise for you. I will show you how a true ninja fights. The world is mine.
And Shredder, of course, will do. Here we are again, April fighting the Shredder. There is a lot of humor in that. Oh, I got lucky and found him on the first shot.
Showstopper.
There we go. We got him.
What a scoop.
I don't know.
You haven't seen the last of me.
Haven't decided. Probably Elden Ring. Since I've been doing that offline lately. That past 2 days since I've been playing this instead. Oh, no, no, no.
Outworld stranger.
I hit the wrong button. Unless people want to see me play this again. Because we still have 4 characters to go. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Master Splinter. I'm going to try to do this without using any super moves, because that's an achievement.
I shall rule the earth with an iron fist.
Okay, I'm just... Is it... What is this with April that... Okay, finally I got hit. I'm having a lot of fun with this right now. So we'll see. I'm thinking maybe of going back to afternoons a little bit too. Changing the schedule around a little bit and maybe doing some afternoon shifts. All right, time for Super Shredder or Kevin Nash. If you wonder why I'm making that reference, by the way, Kevin Nash is a professional wrestler, 7 feet tall. He's been around a long time. It was Diesel in WWE, Kevin Nash, part of the NWO and WCW. Big, tall, lanky dude, 7 feet tall. And he's in Hollywood a lot. And whenever they need a big dude, just a big, tall dude, they call Kevin Nash. And in the Ninja Turtles 2 movie, Super Shredder was played by Kevin Nash. He didn't say anything, but it was Kevin Nash. If you ever watch John Wick, he's in John Wick. He was in I think he was in Magic Mike. I've never watched Magic Mike, but I know that Kevin Nash is a big, tall, lanky, good-looking dude, and he's very charismatic and funny guy, professional wrestler, and that's so when I say I'm fighting Kevin Nash, that's the joke is that Kevin Nash played the Super Shredder in the Ninja Turtles 2 movie. He was in what? He was. What are you talking about? He was in which movie? I've never seen Magic Mike, but I've heard he's in it. So yeah, I've never seen Magic Mike. Can't believe it or not, that kind of movie does not appeal to my sensibilities. I'm afraid. I know who it's for, and it's definitely not for me. I know he was in one the Thomas Jane Punisher film. He was in he was in John Wick. He's been in a bunch of stuff. It's just that he's always an extra, and he's there because he is a big dude. He is very tall, and he can act. So as all wrestlers can, well, the good ones anyway. I'm not using any super moves so I can get the achievement for it, for the challenge. Get out of the way. Okay. Now he's going to start getting, yeah. He gets, ooh, he got whipped.
That's my cue, fellas.
Oh, come on, I missed that. I think when people look up Kevin Nash, I go, oh, I know who that guy is, and then it didn't even register with them that he was a pro wrestler, but he's still active, I think. Although most 7-footers tend to have real problems with their knees when they get up there in age, and Kevin Nash has had several knee and hip problems, I know, through his career. There we go.
My revenge? Impossible.
So we'll see what April's ending is like.
What a scoop.
Vernon. Vernon Fenwick. Yeah. Vernon Fenwick was played in the last movie by, and actually the Michael Bay movies, he was played by Will Arnett. And he was very funny. Very funny. In the TV show, he was always a big talker, but he was a coward. That was his joke, is he would always talk about how horrible this was and this should not happen. And then when everything was down, he would. This is the same ending as last time. Now, wait a minute. Okay, it says I got 3. Maybe I shouldn't skip by Vernon. That's probably what I did wrong. I'll do it again at some point. All right, guys, let's go ahead and raid out. We have 11 people here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. I want to see who is available, and we're going to raid out so I can go to lunch and take the dog out. All right, I see who we're going to raid. So I hope everyone had enjoyed it. Had a good time myself. I am really enjoying this game, so it hits me all in the nostalgia feels, I'm telling you. Deflect 10 projectiles. So I hope you'll listen to the podcast and you'll give me a follow and all that good stuff. Pardon me. Wow. There she is. All right. So I do appreciate everyone being here. I really, really do appreciate it. Had a great time today, and we will definitely continue playing some more of this. I want to beat it with all the characters. So have a good night, guys. Thank you. Good day, I mean.